to you. Welcome to another mindfulness session. And for today, our topic is overcoming obstacles. But before we dive into, let's do a check-in. How are you doing? Let's rate. Can you give me a number 1 to 10? 10 as in I'm so happy. I'm so great. I'm in a beautiful space. 1, that's the opposite. Okay. Maybe feeling low, tired. Okay. So where are you in that spectrum? 1 to 10. How are you? Wow, beautiful. 8, 8. Hi, yes, good day. I hope you enjoy. So I hope we can turn that 8 to 9, if not that 7 to 9 or to 10 after our session. But definitely you're in a very beautiful and how do you call this? Great space. So for those who do not know me, if this is your first time, let me just introduce a little bit about myself. My name is Beverly Fernandez, and I specialize in counseling, workplace solutions. I'm also a theta healing practitioner and instructor. So my advocacy is on workplace wellness and the elderly. So let's dive into it, okay? The flow of our mindfulness session is first one, we will be talking about what's an obstacle, and then we'll be sharing different tips on how you can overcome an obstacle. And then by the end of our session, we will do a very nice meditation on how you can overcome an obstacle. So what is an obstacle? Okay. So an obstacle is any barrier between you and your goal. Okay? Meaning, if you don't have a goal, there's no obstacle if you don't have a goal. Okay? So the reason why there's a barrier or the reason why you are experiencing an obstacle in your path or in your journey is because you are working on a goal. So whatever that goal may be, let's let's see that, or let's look at a lens that there's a reason why there's an obstacle. So the reason why there could be an obstacle in reaching your goal for many reasons, right? Some of the reasons could be you may need to learn additional resources, you may need to learn additional skills, you may need to improve or increase your network. Maybe you can look into different people, different avenue, different resources where you could be helped. Okay. Could be teaching you something. Okay. So with that, um, obstacles are normal. Okay. Obstacles are normal as long as it's not affecting you negatively or compromising your physical, your emotional, your psychosocial function. Okay? Obstacles are normal in any endeavor in reaching your goal, except for that matter. Okay. So now if you're experiencing obstacle, what are we gonna do? Okay, so here are the different, here are the different tips, skills that we can cultivate in order to overcome and to basically the reason why we want to overcome an obstacle is to reach that goal. Okay. I would like to start this slide with the premise that everything is a belief. We've established that. Okay, we've established that everything is a belief. Now let's have radical acceptance. Okay, so the first skill that we need to learn when we in overcoming an obstacle is first one is radical acceptance. We have to accept, we have to have the mindset that obstacles are really present in any endeavor, in any goal. It's part of your journey. Okay, because if you don't recognize or you don't accept that obstacles are part of your journey, then it will lead to stress, it will lead to frustration, or it will lead you to what? To giving up. Okay, to giving up on that particular goal. Okay. So the next skill that we need to learn is connect to higher self. when we say higher self, this could be the wise you, okay? Others can also connect or pray or meditate to God, okay? So recognizing that there's a higher you, there's a higher power, others call it source, others call it God. Recognizing that there's someone more powerful than you, higher than you, and wiser than you, and you receive and you connect to that source, to God, and receive guidance, then you can have clarity, you can have an answer, and know that that answer is coming from a super conscious level. Okay? And what happens in our meditation is actually that's what we do. We tap into an alternate level of consciousness. Okay, when you're more relaxed, right? When you're more relaxed, we're tapping into a different state. And when you connect to your higher self, which later on we will do, you can either connect to a higher self, or you can connect to the wise you, or you can connect to God. Okay? And find that sense of clarity, sense of comfort, and really sense of having that core. Okay, so if you have a very strong core, whatever that core is, be that faith, resilience, hope, right? So if you have that really fixed core in you, really strong, or whatever comes in your way, whatever obstacles, as long as you are on that core, then you will not be swayed. Okay, now you can also practice stop. Okay, so when we say stop, this is a practice of, the first one is stop. Okay, so if you are experiencing an obstacle, you can stop and then take a step back. Okay? You can zoom out, because sometimes you cannot see the solution because you're too you're too near, you're too invested. Okay, that's why you can no longer see the bigger picture. And then after taking a step back, okay, observe what are the different ways on how to work on this particular obstacle. And then lastly, P is proceed mindfully. Okay. So remember that only in mindfulness can you allow the bits and pieces to gently go down, so that you can have sense of clarity on how to proceed and make a decision. Next one is experience emotions. So for experiencing emotions, most likely if you're overly or you're high in emotion, there will be no sense of clarity. Okay, so what you can do is not to withdraw or not to ignore your emotion, but to experience them, acknowledge them. And how can you acknowledge them? We had a talk last week on emotions. So recognize your emotions, label them, feel them, and if the emotions are really sticky, sit with them. Because most of the time when we are having all these emotions, right? We just want to get out from it. And I just want to go have a focus. Let's get the goal. Let's work. Okay. But if we will ignore our emotions and we will not feel it, then the tendency is for it to just come back. And sometimes it may come back a little bit stronger. Why? Because you did not process it. Okay, so sit with the emotion, label it, experience it, okay? And recognize that emotions are like guests, okay? Guests in your home. So just talk to your emotion and just gently witness the emotion, the guest leaving your home, leaving you. It will pass. Next one is flexibility. Okay, flexibility. You might be opening a door, right? I'm not sure if you've experienced this, but have you tried opening a glass door and you just keep on pushing the glass door? And then turns out it's not meant to be pushed. That's why it's not opening up, but it's meant to be pulled, right? So in terms of flexibility, we ought to look for different ways on how we can tackle that obstacle. Because you might be thinking, how come this is not working? If it's not working, first time, second time, third time, it's okay. Okay, you can try again because there may be lacking. You may be lacking in resources or a step. You may have missed a step, right? But know when to stop and know when to look for a different way. Because you might be taking a journey and you're taking the wrong path. Okay. Next one is meaning. Now we find meaning to our journey. We find meaning to obstacles. So if you're faced with an obstacle, how can we find meaning? You can go ahead and ask yourself, what am I learning from this obstacle? Is it teaching me how to be persistent? Is it teaching me to be patient? Is it teaching me to have humility? Okay, what are you learning from that obstacle? And it could also be teaching you how much do you like your goal or how much you don't actually like that goal of yours. Because you might realize at the end of the day, it's not that worth it, right? Or it could be worth it. So that's a learning that you can, have in that journey. Okay. Next one, how can you overcome an obstacle? Ask for help. Okay, it takes so much humility and strength to ask for help because come from a space of a new learner, come from a space of humility, and that you don't know everything. You don't have all the skills. What you can do is to really recognize the potential, the strengths of other people, and leadership. If you're in the leadership position, right? We are all leaders, by the way. We are all leaders of ourselves. So know if that we have limitations. If you recognize your limitations, go ahead and recognize the potential, the strengths of others, and delegate or ask for help, right? Ask for help from these people. If if one ton is really heavy, know that it will not be heavy depending on the different number of people who will be carrying that weight. Next one is break it to small steps. Okay, why? Because if you will be taking really a great leap compared to breaking it down to small steps, it's overwhelming. Okay, it's overwhelming. And the tendency of people, if you're overwhelmed from the different tasks or from your goal, like for example, I want to have this, let's say 10 times, but you haven't experienced 10 times of your growth yet. Whatever your goal is, whether that be financial, physical, career, you can't, right? You can't go to that level 100 if you haven't experienced level 1 or level 2 yet. Okay? So there's no way, not unless you have like a tricks or cheat code on how to go to level 100 bypassing level 1. But no, the reason why you have to take level 1, level 2 is because there are needed skills, there are needed wisdom and knowledge that you have to gain from level 1 to that you will need for level 100. And if your eyes is already on level 100, which may be very overwhelming, you may have self-defeating thoughts that, oh, I'm not smart enough, I'm not good enough. Okay. So in order for you to prevent that, go ahead and enjoy level 1, play it, enjoy, have fun, then go ahead, move up to level 2. Next one is make mistakes. Make mistakes and learn from them. make mistakes, make them fast, and learn from your mistakes and learn the lesson fast. The only way for us to change this mistake is for us to learn from them. Okay? Know that we will keep on repeating the same mistakes if we don't learn the lesson. So the only way for us to get out from the loop of creating the same mistake is to learn the lesson and learn the lesson quickly. So what is this teaching me? Okay, just go ahead and ask yourself, what's the lesson that I'm getting from this obstacle? Right? Next one. I think this is the last slide. Okay. Change your plan. Okay, change your plan. So the goal, you can, change your plan if the way is incorrect. The GPS may be guiding it to a different, to a different path. Okay, it could be that, the plan may be incorrect, may be impractical, right? So have the objective mind, have the wise mind to know when to change your plan. And the next one, have that, practical mind, wise mind, tap into the wise mind and know when to quit. Okay? In business, we call it cut loss, right? We cut our losses. So when you think that the return is no longer worth it, you have to cut your losses. And we don't have to learn this the hard way. We don't have to bleed. We don't have to waste a lot of resources. We have to really know and be practical, have that objective mind. Is this still worth it? Is the goal still worth it? Comparing from all the investments, comparing from all the resources that has been used. Okay. And lastly, celebrate. Celebrate the small steps. Celebrate your level 1. Celebrate your level 2. And if you're quitting, celebrate quitting. Know that quitting is not always meaning defeat. It could also mean redirection, right? And know that, whatever does not work for you will actually work out for you at the end. Okay? Everything is working for you. So it may not be, how do you call this, working out for you at the moment, but once you zoom out, once you get out from, from this maze, from this obstacle, whether you get your goal or you did not get your goal, whether you change plan or you quit, know that everything worked out for you in the end. So with that, hey, let's go ahead and let's do a very beautiful meditation. Okay. Go ahead. Thumbs up if you're ready for the meditation. Okay. Find your most comfortable position. So what we're gonna do is we're going to tap into your wise mind. And we will ask what's gonna be the next step for you. Okay? Okay. All right. So whenever you're ready, find that really beautiful space and quiet space and safe space. You can gently close your eyes. If your eyes are not yet closed, you can inhale and exhale. Command your body to relax, relax, relax. And if you hear my voice and hear other sounds in my background or in your background, just recognize the sounds And as you hear my voice and hear other sounds around you, you feel more relaxed. You feel more calm. Let's do 3 gentle cleansing breath. Now as you inhale, inhale calming energy and release any tension, any excess radiation or toxins you've accumulated for the day. Inhale, hold, and release. Now, as you inhale, notice the air rushing through your nostrils. Inhale, rushing through your throat and your lungs. Hold and release. Let's do one last round of cleansing breath. Witness the air rushing through your nostrils. Inhale, your throat and your lungs. And hold and release. Now go ahead. Notice your heartbeat. And just have that beautiful gratitude of being alive, of life, of heartbeat. Now you've been here before. Go ahead. Go inside your heart space. Go inside your safe space. Your safe space could be indoor or outdoor. Could be fields, lake, mountain, beach. Or it could be somewhere inside a building. You can look around. And this is your happy and safe space. Now I want you to go ahead and find a relaxed space where you can just gently sit down and relax. And in your safe space, I want you to call in your higher self or the wise you. You can call in God in your safe space. Now, the higher self, the wise you, could be an older version of you. It is the wise version of you, the wiser. It has all the wisdom. It has all the answer. Now, I want you to go ahead and think about a goal that you have. It could be a fitness goal, a health goal, a cognitive goal, maybe a business, career goal, a relationship goal. What it is that you want to have in your space. What it is that you've been working on, dreaming. What it is that your heart truly desires. And as you have your goal in mind, I want you to go ahead and notice the obstacles that you are experiencing. What are the different barriers, blocks that are getting the way for you to have that goal? What's blocking you? What's stopping you? Now I want you to go ahead and connect to your higher self, to God, or to the wise you. And I want you to go ahead and ask, what is the block? And you will hear a word, a phrase, or you could see it. You could see an image, an object, or a symbol. And once you see the block, you can go ahead and ask, what can I do to work on this block? What can I do to work on this obstacle? Is it quitting? Is it asking for help? Could it be radical acceptance? Recognizing my emotion? Is it changing plans? Is it breaking it down to small steps? Go ahead and ask the wise you. Ask your higher self what it is that I need to work on. Take your time. And you will hear the guidance. You will hear the answer. Now you can stay for a little while and you can ask your higher self a guide, an advice for your daily life. And you can go ahead, say, thank you, thank you. Thank you for showing me the answer. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the unconditional love. Now I want you to inhale and exhale. Recognize that we are doing a meditation exercise. And know that whenever you need guidance from your higher self, from the wise you, or from God, know that you can always come back to this space whenever you want to, whenever you need to, because this space is all inside you. Now I want you to gently come back, come back, come back to space. Know that we're doing a wise man exercise. Gently move your fingers. Gently move your toes. Move your head from left to right. You can gently move your shoulder blades. Come back whenever you're ready. As I count 1 to 3, just come back. Gently blink, open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Wow, welcome back. How are you feeling? Let's see. Would love to know 1 to 10. How are you? How are you feeling? 9. Awesome. 9.9. 10. Wow, so beautiful. Thank you so much. So once again, have a beautiful day ahead and hope to see you next week. I send you love.